We're going to make another simple game. This one will help illustrate the role of randomness in a game. This exercise also comes from the excellent Linda course, Game Design Foundations with Linda Romero. Linda is included with your library card, and I highly recommend checking out this course if you have the time. For this example, you'll need some sort of game piece, like a penny, and game tiles. There's an attached sheet with some template tiles, or you can use index cards or something similar. You may also need a pencil. Don't use a pen, as it could bleed through the paper. The basic premise of this game is you need to reach the end tile from the start tile. You move one space at a time. Upon moving to a tile, you'll flip it over and resolve the text. You have 20 hit points. That's it. The rest of the rules you'll add to the tiles.
Start by creating a start and end tile. These tiles can be kept face up. Now make or gather some more tiles. You can either type into the attached template or cut them out. You'll need around 20 tiles. Half will be written on and half will be blank. You should now have 10 tiles in your hand or on the computer and then cut out on the table. For each of the 10 that you have in your hand, you'll need to write an event. Start adding to them.
Remember your core rules and your objective. You have hit points, so you can add or subtract those. Movement is only one tile, so you could play with that as well. You don't have to have theme words like I included, but it may help your process to think along those lines. These are just a few examples. Remember, you'll want 10 in total.
Now that you've made up your 10 tiles, shuffle them together with your blank tiles and then lay them out into 2 rows. Set your start tile on the end of one row and your end tile at the other side of the other row. Now you're ready to play your game.
Try advancing along the track to see if you reach the end. Did you? If not, why not? Did you run out of hit points, or did a tile block you from progressing? How many blank tiles did you encounter? How much of the board did you explore? Shuffle up your tiles and deal them out. See how different the second playthrough is. Did you make it to the end this time?
These next steps are further experiments with randomness. They are instructional, but you may skip them if you prefer. If you choose to skip, go ahead and close this video and move on to the question in this chapter of the Google Classroom.
For the first experiment, remove your blank tiles and shuffle your event tiles together. Lay them out in 2 rows of 5 and try again. Did you make it to the end? For the second experiment, shuffle all the tiles, blanks and events, and lay them out into a single row of 10 tiles between start and end. This should leave you with 10 tiles unused. Try playing through again. Continue to experiment with your game. What happens if you use different amounts of rows other than 1 or 2 rows mentioned previously? What happens if you incorporate other game mechanics or components into your tile game, such as dice or spinners?
Each of these configurations plays with the randomness of the game in different ways. The first experiment removes blanks, making it so that every encountered tile has an event, but the order of events is still random. Player agency is preserved because the player can still choose where to advance and can still go around spaces that cause them problems. The second experiment has a higher degree of randomness as there are more tiles in the mix and also reduces player agency effectively to 0, unless you've added some clever tiles in. Did you? Since the track becomes a single row of tiles, the player's only option is to advance from left to right. Additionally, every event that has been dealt in will be encountered. This means a tile like my example, the cave-in one, effectively shuts down the game every time. There was always a chance that the tile could do so if put in the wrong place, but this configuration assures that it will. Consider this when designing your game. Generally, you don't want a single random element to be capable of totally preventing a victory for the player.
Let's discuss the tiles you made and the experiment findings. Please answer the question below this material in the Google Classroom and discuss with your classmates.